Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today I bring you guys loot from 10 hours of KBD, otherwise known as King Black Dragon. Now the goal for this one is to make as much money as possible, hopefully be lucky enough to obtain a dragon pickaxe or two. That is 1 in 1,500 to receive that, and it is at a current price of 8.3 mils, so that's a lot of money. And also I could get really lucky and get a draconic visage. That is 1 in 5,000. That is actually at a current price of 3 mils, so hopefully we get the pickaxe instead. Either way though, the gear for this video was a Dragon Hunter Lance, alongside that some prayer armor, this being the Proselyte, and a Dragon Fire Shield. And I was also using an Ardone Max Cape, so that was good for prayer and stab bonus. Now this is the wilderness, which is why I didn't want to bring too much out here, like full bandos or primordial boots, stuff like that, so I kind of kept the risk minimal, and KBD is pretty easy to kill with this setup still, so I really didn't have to risk too much. I think I was risking 400k total, and that excludes the max cape, so if I do die with this setup I will lose another max cape, but you know, I'm used to that, so that's alright. Just buy another one later if that happens. Now as it goes for my inventory, the one thing I did forget was the looting bag. I wasn't too sure if I needed it because it had been so long since I've killed King Black Dragon. As you can see, just killing him now, I was unlocking all these medium tasks, so there's my proof of not being here for quite a while. My last time here I was doing loot from 1,000, and that was a pretty solid video, and then a couple years before that I did a 50-hour live stream killing KBD the whole time. Yeah, it was a cool couple days. I had Mod Archie come in at the end and spawn a bunch of KBDs everywhere, so you know, good times indeed. And one thing I did at the beginning to reach this location was use my POH to go to 44 Wilderness and then just run east, and then after like a few inventories I decided just to use the Burning Amulet and do the Lava Maze teleport, and that was a quicker way to get here, although they are very similar in timings. And I will say that I think there's more of a chance to run into pkers if you use the Burning Amulet compared to if you use the Obelisk, and you'll see what I mean by that later on in the video. As you can see, this Dragon Hunter Lance does really well against KBD. I didn't even bother trying to bring my Fang because I just figured, you know, Dragon Hunter Lance is good enough. I would probably assume that it's better than the Fang at this point, seeing as the Fang is almost at 60 mil now. Lost about 100 mil on that thing. I really should have sold it, but that's alright. That's just fine. I'll use it for some future video, I'm sure. But it was at this point where I brought my looting bag, and this was pretty awesome. The only thing that was a little annoying about it was that, you know, every few kills I did have to exit and use that lever to bank my D-hide as well as my bones and other drops, and then just use the lever to get right back in here. And since the spawn time of KBD is like 10 seconds or less, you know, you got to be a little bit quick because it will attack you right when you start to try to leave or right when you enter. So either way, the looting bag really did come in handy. I was able to get a lot of extra kills per inventory compared to if I didn't bring it at all. And it's really important to, you know, bring a looting bag here to pick up all the drops, because if you're unlucky and you don't get a dragon pickaxe, or if you don't get a draconic visage, something like that, then you are just going to be stuck with a normal drop table, and that's about it. So that's why I wanted to pick up every single thing this dragon did drop for me, as well as even the iron arrows, because, you know, it dropped so many at one time, but selling them today they're only about 1 GP each, so not worth that much money. But then again, it's 2022 and I really don't know who even uses iron arrows. I just imagine people buy them to collect them or something, if any arrow collectors out there. Alongside the looting bag though, as you can see in the inventory, I kept it pretty simple. Usually I was bringing 3 super restores, 1 antidote, 1 extended anti-fire, as well as 1 divine super combat. I was praying melee and piety the whole entire time while killing KBD, just to get that extra DPS and just to prevent him from hitting me with his melee hit, and it worked out pretty well. Manta rays I did go through almost 1,000, so if you want to use different food here to save a little bit of money, definitely worth looking into. But I did have a lot of manta rays in the bank, so I figured I would bring them over anglerfish, and that was a pretty good choice. Although looking back now, I probably should have brought like 2 Sarah Brews just in case a PKer did show up, because if I was to be able to get hit with a full telly block, there would be no chance that I survive with just manta rays. So maybe if you're a little cautious of PKers, make sure to bring a little bit of Ceradome and Brews with you. Bank tab is growing pretty nicely. I did have a decent amount of KBD heads before I started this video, video, I think I had about 10, and I had well over 3,000 kill count just because I've done numerous loot videos here years and years ago. And I've actually, I think I got the pet quite a long time ago as well, probably in 2015 or even before then. So that was one of my first pets that I obtained on this account. So, you know, that's why I was really looking for just profit from this one. Of course, if we would get a pet, we'd still get that message in the chat box as a re-roll, but, you know, I don't know if I'll be lucky enough for that. I was lucky enough, though, to obtain an elite clue scroll, and that is 1 in 450, so I got that pretty early on, and I did it right away just in case we were able to get another one, so we'll definitely be opening up that elite casket at the end of the video. September 24, 2002 is when KBD was released into the game, one of the oldest bosses in RuneScape, and what you'll notice here is if you do check out KBD and you hop a couple worlds, a lot of lower levels do kill this boss, and a lot of people primarily use range here. There's certainly nothing wrong with using range. I think in one of my past videos I used range as well because Dragon Hood's crossbow is pretty effective here, as well as other crossbows and especially a twisted bow. And here we have our second unique of the video, first one being elite, second one being the KBD heads, which is 1 in 128. Just more to the collection is all. And for some strange reason, I was given a shield left half by KBD instead of a draconic visage, which, you know, this one was 1 in 4,200, which I was not happy to receive. It is what it is. You're always going to see those weird drops every now and again. And this next drop was a dragon med helm, which is 1 in 128, but there's also another chance that it could be a rare dragon med helm, and that is a 1 in 2,048. So I don't know what drop table I hit to receive that, but nevertheless it is another dragon item and I will take it. You do get a couple dragon items from KBD featuring the dragon dart tip, dragon javelin heads, but you do have to do monkey madness 2 in order to receive the dragon javelin heads, which I do recommend because that is a 15k drop and you get it just about every 25 kills. So definitely worthwhile to look into that, although I wouldn't just do monkey madness 2 just to get that drop from KBD, but it is a beneficial quest if you do it for other reasons too. And other than those drops, you can also get dragon arrow tips, but those aren't worth too much. And you know, just looking at the bank tab, you can kind of see everything else, just some alchables, a small amount of runes, things like that. And another unique that I did see was a dragon spear. Very confusing, all these dragon items, which this one was 1 in 5,600, so where's my pickaxe? Really want that pickaxe. I've done so many wilderness boss videos and I never got the dragon pickaxe, and it's so much money right now, so I just, you know, I'm still waiting. Yeah, that guy died as soon as he came in here. I don't know what he was planning, but that anti-dragon shield did not work out for him, so make sure to bring an anti-fire, especially that guy. Shout out to that guy, though. You know, he was trying his best. But either way, the bank tab is growing. There was a lot of banking in this video. You know, you can only get so much footage when you do a 10-hour video, and I wasn't getting so many drops, so I was just, you know, figured I'd record every time I bank. That looting bag, of course, coming in handy, maximizing the kills per inventory, and I really never got crashed. There would be occasions where I would return after I banked and someone would be there, but I don't really consider that crashing. There's a guy named Mr. Pickle that I ran into, but other than that, I didn't really have anyone take my world. Yeah, that's a free Kroger advertisement, by the way, not sponsored or anything, but yeah, that was checking my email while I was getting teleblocked. That's the excuse I'm running with, so I'm just gonna stick with it. So yeah, I got teleblocked right away as soon as I got up to the burning amulet location, and I don't know, it was a long teleblock. 5-minute teleblocks always scare me. I really don't care for a half because I'm so used to escaping them hundreds of times at the Revenant Caves. Good old Revenant Cave. I gotta do a Revenant video soon, but I've done so many. So I figured I'd just kind of make conversation with this guy, ask him if he had any advice for an escape, and he didn't really have anything to say other than, you know, nothing. So I was just trying my best to escape, and I thought I had it here, but he hit a 56, so no, I did not have it at all. So Montreal, you win this time, but next time, ooh, I want to see you try again. But no, I did lose a max cape there. It is what it is, you know, it's not 1.8 mil, 2.2277 mil to get that back, which, you know, I'm not going to get it back until I need it. Sometimes deaths are just unavoidable. One death I wasn't expecting was the actual dragon killing me. I was, you know, I don't know. I was just having a rough hour, I guess. But I only lost 2.5k from that death because I lost my cloak, and I was just using the normal version this time. No need to get fancy, right? And it was a good time. I was having some fun. I was 5 hours into this point, and you're probably looking at the video length wondering, you know, how how is this only 5 hours in? Well, at this point, I kind of sped things up, recording like every 50th kill, every 100th kill, because the drops just weren't there for me. I was hitting 3,400 KC overall, averaging about 47 kills an hour was the overall rate. I did end this video with 470 KC in 10 hours, which I think that's good. I'm pretty proud of that. I think if I had a twisted bow, I probably would have gotten a little bit more than that. But other than that, with this setup, I was doing a lot of DPS, and I wouldn't really change the setup for anything. I just regret bringing a Maxscape. It was just unnecessary, and I could have saved 2.2 mil had I just brought the normal Ardone cloak. My overall experience at King Black Dragon was good. I would consider this a laid-back boss. Even though it is in the wilderness, many different combat levels can kill it, and if you're high range and even one defense, you know, a lot of pures are known to kill this thing. In terms of profit, it's not really the best thing to kill, but it does have a really cool pet. I mean, King Black Dragon pet, you can't go wrong. It's just a really good looking pet, and you know, what's not to like about it? So I would say I would encourage anyone to check this out. Just make sure you're properly equipped and you know what you're doing. Don't come in here blind, because you will be blindsided by all the fire and poison and all the different things that the KBD can do to you. I did receive a rune two-hander, which is another weird drop. That's a 1 in 682, and a little bit after that I did receive a rune kite shield, which is 1 in 2048. Getting all the wrong rares, but still staying motivated. I was doing the Salarin the Twisted video on my Iron Man at the same time while doing this, so either way, it was a very AFK boss. You're definitely going to be able to play on multiple accounts if you camp this location. So just putting that out there for the alt users who watch this video. A lot of people running alt accounts these days, or maybe they're playing Iron Man and main. That's what I like to do. It's good to switch it up. Well, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with the final kill of the 10-hour grind. This was a good one. I really did enjoy KBD. I really only came here for the dragon pickaxe, and hopefully on this last kill we can get it. Nah, we're not lucky enough. We did get some rune bolts though, which, you know, those will add up. Those U-logs are also pretty nice in the bank. They're definitely going to add some value. So no dragon pickaxe, no draconic visage, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and price check everything, and then we'll go ahead and open up that elite clue scroll, see what we can get from that. Maybe we'll turn our luck around there. We do have everything accounted for, the blood runes as well, and the rune bolts. They were not in the loot tab, but I made sure to look over my RuneLite loot tracker 3 times to make sure I included everything, and it looks like that we made 9 mil from 10 hours of the King Black Dragon. Just about 900k an hour, guys, and had we been lucky enough to receive the pickaxe, then we would have made just about 1.7 mil an hour. I did have to spend about 1.5 mil in supplies though, so that brings us down to 750k an hour. I was able to receive 3 King Black Dragon heads, so that was pretty cool. And alongside that, we did get 311k this time from our elite clue, which is above average for me compared to the last couple elites that I've done on videos. And on top of that, I got a master clue, so let's go ahead and open that, see if we can top the elite, add to the profit. 325k from the master clue, so about 600k overall from the clue scrolls, and 9 mil from the King Black Dragon. Of course, showing the RuneLite tab as well, just to confirm that we did kill 470 in 10 hours. Better luck next time as it pertains to the dragon pickaxe. We will get one day, mark my words. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you very much for your time today. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I have a video coming out 24 hours after this upload, and then I have another one scheduled for 24 hours after that. The ideas for both of them came from the comments section below, so thank you guys very much for that. And I promise you that one of them is very, very weird. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because I'm already having a lot of fun doing it. So I'll see you then. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.